Greetings and welcome to Chant a Psalm a Day. How is everybody today out there? We are going to be starting Chant a Psalm a Day. So here we go. Today's psalm is very powerful and interesting. Today's psalm is titled, Deliver I, O righteousness, because that's what's going to deliver you. O righteousness from evil people. Okay? And evil people can come in lots of different ways. They can come being your friend and then end up telling you untruths. So, or not telling you anything at all. So, this psalm is for anyone who feels that they have been delivered or has a testimony of deliverance. I do have a testimony of deliverance. I was delivered from a person who was basically interested in me just for what I could give and not what they could bring. So it became a dependency relationship where they depended on me financially. And while they're out gambling, drinking, and the like. So I've been delivered from that. And I'm happy. I'm happy that I no longer have to walk around aimlessly in a casino. I'm thankful that I don't have to pay someone's phone bill, pay someone's grocery bill, pay someone's rent. You know, I can be able to be delivered from that. Being delivered from oppression or delivered from a situation that was not pouring into you is what the psalm is about. So let's get started, shall we? This psalm is 140 and it is about 13 verses. It's 140 and it begins with deliver. Deliver I, O righteousness, from evil people. Preserve I life from violent people. Okay. And verse 2 says why. Why is the psalm speaking about delivering? Because evil people and violent people plan evil things in their heart and stir up confusion all the time. And verse 3 talks about these evil people and violent people are making their tongue sharp as a serpent's, and under their lips is the venom of asps. Selah. So we see here that evil people, violent people, planning evil things in their heart now. They're stirring up confusion all the time. And they're making their tongue as a serpent's. And under their lips is this venom of asps. Selah. So verse 4 now is, so verse 1 to 3 tells us about what's out there, who is out there. We have folks out there who may start off with you kind and nice, and then it turns into something different, you know. So in verse 4 it talks about keeping I, O righteousness, from the hands of the wicked. Keep I from violent people who have planned to trip up my feet. So we have verse 5, the arrogant have hidden a trap for I, and with cords they have spread a net. Beside the way they have set snares for I, Selah. So this is happening, and it's real. It is very real, and people do these things. It's not something that good people think about a lot, but we have to remember that there are bad out there, and not to focus on it, but to focus on righteousness, because that is what's going to deliver I from these evil things out here, right? So in verse 6, 7, and 8, it speaks about what I need to do. I need to speak to righteousness. Righteousness is my God. And listen to the voice of I please for mercy, O righteousness. So I'm asking and pleading for mercy for my mom as she's grieving the loss of my dad. I'm pleading for mercy for my past relationships, that mercy is on them because of how I was treated, and not that nice. So I don't wish any bad on anyone. I want mercy. Mercy. I plead for mercy on people who have hurt me or have done me wrong. I don't want wrong to happen to them. I want mercy. Mercy. So in verse 7, O Lord, my Lord, that is righteousness, the strength of I salvation, has covered I head in the day of battle. So I am covered. Verse 8, grant not, O righteousness, the desires of the wicked. Do not further the wicked's evil plot, or the wicked will be exalted. Selah. So as for the head, because remember in verse 7 it talks about you have righteousness has covered I head. And I head is Christ. And Christ is I righteousness. And within that, we have an advocate. And that advocate gives us reciprocity. What we give, what we get back, right? Human beings sometimes don't do that. They're not reciprocative, or they don't show reciprocity. However, in the land of the living Most High, there is reciprocity. So, as for the head of those who surround me, let the mischief of their lips overwhelm them. So, whatever people are speaking of is going to return onto their own selves, right? Let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into fire, into murky pits, no more to rise. This is serious, because I said that yesterday. I'm grieving my dad, and I had a phone call coming in that was not supportive of that grief, but actually combative of the fact that they're insecure and they're feeling threatened by me. And instead of being kind and supportive of the fact that I'm grieving, they came in at me, attacked my ex and the person that my ex is with, both of them. And doing that to someone who has just lost their dad is really nefarious. So I shout out this psalm specifically for people who are not sensitive or kind to a person who is grieving in their loss. I send this psalm out to them. I won't call any names. My attorney said don't speak about anybody's names. So this psalm is shouted out to them. And in verse 11, let not the slander be established in the land. Let evil hunt down the violent person speedily. So this is what's going to come upon people. It's the same thing that people give out. When you give out violence, when you give out in your heart, because you know the Most High knows your heart. So when you plan evil things in your heart to do to someone, and you established that slander in the land, evil is going to hunt down the violent individual speedily. So in verse 12, I know that righteousness will maintain the cause of the afflicted and will execute justice for the needy. Surely the righteous shall give thanks to righteousness. The upright shall dwell in the presence of righteousness. Okay? So once you are living in an upful life, in an upright way, you're going to dwell in the presence of that you are living. So when you're living deceitfully, dishonestly, you're not forthcoming with information, you're not letting a person know you're moving on and it's over. When you don't do that, you're not living in an upright way, and the presence of God is not going to be around you. You're going to have struggles, you're going to have situations that are not going to be pleasant for you because you have done evil to someone that was not evil to you. So, yes, I am going to speak that. It is not good to do. So, when you have that ability to be kind and to be honest, not thinking about this is going to hurt someone, you don't want to hurt someone. No, you want to be honest, because honesty is the best policy instead of being dishonest and later on having a resulting outcome that's not good. So it's better to be honest with folks and let them know this is where you are and this is what you want. So as we look at the word today is grace. Grace. Grace is in the divine love flowing to me through so many channels. So the word grace means favor. There have been times in my past when I did not feel favored. In fact, it may have felt as when circumstances were against I. Now I know I am supported and loved unconditionally in the flow of the grace of righteousness. Grace flows to me without hindrance or limitation, as naturally as a river flows to its tributaries. I relax into that flow, trusting I am supported as I move toward my highest good. Just as grace flows to me, it also flows through me. It's in the kindness, understanding, and forgiveness I show to others. Grace is my guide as I move from regret and malaise toward positive realization and deeper fulfillment. So, in the word today, grace, it's supported by the scripture Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8 to 9. Through grace, I and I have been saved through faith. And this is not I and I own doing. This is the doing of the gift of God, of the gift of righteousness, not the result of works, so that no one may boast. Ephesians 2, 8 to 9. So it's not the result of works so that one may boast. It's for by grace I and I have been saved through faith, and this is not I and I own doing. We didn't do this ourselves. It is a gift. It's a gift of righteousness, not the result of what we've done. So anything that we reap through our works is a gift of the Most High, is a gift of righteousness, so that we not boast. I did this. It's the Most High who gets all the glory in that work that is done on your behalf that you do. Okay? Righteousness helps those who help themselves and who are putting forth the work. So let's look at the verse today is coming from Isaiah 38:22. For the Lord is our judge, and that Lord is righteousness. Righteousness is going to judge. Righteousness is our lawgiver. Righteousness is I and I king. And righteousness is the one that will save I and I. Okay? Your righteousness, your goodness is what will save you. Ultimately, that is what it is. So, I'm thankful for this psalm today, Chant a Psalm a Day. We had the Psalm 140 today that's titled Deliver I from the Evil People. And that the fact that the upright will dwell in the presence of righteousness. The upright will dwell in the presence of righteousness and will exalt righteousness and will share that. For the word today, grace, is about having that favor. And grace is a guide. You are guided through grace as you move from regret and malaise toward positive realization and deeper fulfillment. So through grace, you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. This is the doing of the Most High's righteousness for you. So Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 to 9 is the verse today. Our Psalm 140 and our word today coming from Isaiah 33, verse 22. 33, verse 22. Here ends the psalm for today. Thank you so much for joining Chant a Psalm a Day. As we outro, I want to speak the words of goodness. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in the sight of what is right. Thank you and give thanks as we forward in this journey of love, life, and light. Have a blessed day, everyone.